Good morning. Welcome to Thought for the Day. One of the things I was able to do last week, I wasn't able to do very much, uh, laid up with COVID. One of the things I decided to do was to read, and I picked up a book that I've been meaning to read for years, but never actually read, Lord of the Rings. Now, you may find it a bit shocking that I've got to my age and never read Lord of the Rings, particularly someone involved in Christian ministry, one of those great Christian books, Christian stories. Never read it, never watched the film. But I read it, and there was one point in it which really struck me. A bit of a spoiler alert at this point. I'll try and keep it anonymous, so if you haven't read it, I won't spoil it for you too much. But if you haven't read it and you're planning to read it, you might want to stop watching at this point. But the crucial point in the book, one of the characters who has been faithfully trying to pursue this call that he has on him, presumably the call that God has on his life. He fails. He gets to a crucial point and fails. And I think there's a sense in the book, certainly amongst those around him, and certainly for me as a reader, of just great disappointment. Oh no, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to the plans? You were entrusted with this and you failed. But the fascinating thing, and those of you who've read the book or watched the film will know, in that moment of failure, God's plans don't fail. Something else happens. I won't mention what it is that happens. Some of you, I'm sure, know. But the plans don't fail, even though this person, in that final moment, failed and got it completely wrong. And the fascinating thing is, not only do God's plans not fail, but neither is that character treated as a failure. He's treated as a hero. And I think that tells us something about how God is. That character saw, and we discover we can grasp the same thing, that God is bigger even than our obedience, even than our service. In those moments of failure, in those moments where we just lose it, react in the wrong way, get fed up with someone or get fed up with a situation. I did on Saturday night with the latest set of government changes to rules and regulations. Not that they were unfair or wrong or unexpected, but just another change. And how can we possibly get this right? I've got like that. But it's in that moment of failure we discover that God is bigger. You see, God's call running through the Bible is a call to return to Him, to admit that we've let Him down, and to return. It's not a call to, He doesn't call people to get out of the way and let somebody else do it. He says, return to me. So today, can I encourage you, particularly if you feel you have let God down, if you feel you've just drifted away into a different place, a place where maybe you were following faithfully but no longer are, or no longer able to do what you could do in the past. If you're in that place, or maybe just recently you let God down, I invite you to return to the Lord. We can stop trying to justify ourselves. Admit that failure is failure. But equally stop trying to condemn ourselves and say, well, stop trying to tell ourselves, well, you're not really a very good follower. Stop justifying, stop condemning, return to the Lord and discover, when we do that, God's grace in a deeper way. May you do that today. God bless.